Josh, how would you assess how the fall went for you all?
It was interesting. It was a lot of fun, but it was good to see the guys, especially, I thought Tracy, Bo Rudy was amazing today. Appy's been great all fall. I just think it's a different look. When we set out last summer, we really wanted to kind of mix and match in the bullpen, have some different looks, and just really excited. It'll be a different look for sure. Maybe not as much power as we've had in the past, but I think we'll be kind of mix and match a little bit more than we have.
I know it's been a little hectic, to say the least, but what have you learned about the guys over the last 5 weeks?
Yeah, I just told them I was excited about how professional they handled everything, right? There was a ton of distractions. Obviously, in this league, there's so many things that go on, right, outside the field or with the fan experience and whatnot, and they just handled it like pros. They got their business done. We still got better each week, and just told them now just how they've handled this, which puts us in a good spot moving forward. Because really, if you look at SEC, learn this from V. Always, usually there's a game that, say, one team runs away with, the other team runs away with the other, and then there's a one-run game after the fact. And so for our team to be able to be split down the middle and still have that real SEC vibe over this last 3 days gives us a lot of confidence moving forward into the spring.
How many guys do you feel like you have that are still in the hunt to be weekend starting pitchers for you?
Yeah, no, I think we have some depth, man. Again, I think we can have them throw in different roles. Obviously really excited, Evan Blanco standing over there, but there's a lot of guys that can do it. But as we get Teagan and these other guys back, I think we'll have right and left and some guys that can pitch in different roles and not only different roles, but just different looks. We have guys that throw big horizontal fastballs, guys more with vertical break, and again, we'll be able to do some different things and kind of line it up a little differently than we have in the past.
Hitting wise, who stuck out to you today?
Today, well, I really like this lineup. Again, it's really hard to pick one guy, but Levi's had a great fall, kind of making that jump from the freshman to sophomore year, and then obviously adding Henry Ford, we're super excited about. But Reese has been just kind of that consistent guy where, again, just doing things that we have taught him over the years, and he's almost another coach on the field. But I think we'll have a lot of depth offensively. I love the athleticism with Newstrom and Abernathy, what they bring to the table. And again, it's just exciting because there's a lot of competition, but these guys will be in a good kind of pole position moving forward. But I'm excited to see how they compete because it's going to be fun to put those 9 together, but there's going to be some different options.
You mentioned good.
What has Ariel been able to do this fall to take the next step at the plate?
Yeah, he's been great. We were laughing like the first 10 days. I don't think he got out one time. Just really driving the ball. He's standing up a little bit more in his stance. At times last year, he would kind of charge the ball or lose posture over the plate. So again, just not trying to do too much, but really it's a mentality piece. He's always hit. He hit a ton on the high school circuit. And again, he's a wizard between the lines on defense. That's always going to be a separator for him. So I think it's more so like instead of, hey, hoping to be able to do this, like kind of knowing that he can. And it'll be interesting to see how he handles this period and then into the spring as well.
What do you like about Reese in center field?
Yeah, I like Reese. A lot of things about Reese. I think he could play all three at a high level. We moved him around a little bit, but if I'm not mistaken, knock on wood, he had a perfect fielding percentage last year and was able to play catch a lot, had a ton of assists, but I think he's one, as now as the head coach, we have to write the lineup. He can play all three, and you really just throw him out there and don't lose any sleep. But I do think, and it's been like this for a long time here, we're going to move those guys around a little bit, right? But just having the versatility obviously helps us day to day, but also helps our players for the professional baseball side at the next level.
Kind of on that note, did anybody prove to you that they could play, like maybe, the guy standing back there, that he could play third, or anybody else?
Yeah, no, I think that's an everyday thing. You got to prove it, right? But again, we've always taken pride in versatility, making sure guys are able to do different things. But it's not like, hey, you just show up and you kind of see where you're going that day. There's always some sort of conversation piece and a plan to make sure that on the development side, we're not just throwing darts at the wall and hoping, hey, you take this many ground balls. But again, on the versatility side, Henry's one that has played third, played first, played right field. So again, there's a lot of guys in this lineup that can kind of move around that we feel the same about, and it's definitely exciting.
As a former player for Girolamo, how's it been like coaching alongside him now?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Again, he's family to me, always has been. We've been in touch at least once a week for the last, 10, 15 years now, right? So I learned so much from him just in the cage setting and here, stuff I stole from him over the years. So it's kind of funny. It was really just having skipped a beat, when we were having the conversations about him coming up here to coach, we really didn't even need to get into baseball stuff that much, as wild as that may sound, because there's just we talk about baseball all the time. We have for years. So the verbiage and the lingos that we use, I think that's consistent across what we'll do with our offense. And again, he's just got a tremendous feel where he's not going to come in and try to put a stamp on everything right away. And it was cool. He just kind of stood out in center field this week and almost approached it like a scout, just kind of evaling, and then we'll go over those notes. But I think just he's going to make our program better in so many ways. But just the comfort level of looking out there and knowing somebody I've got history with, I can trust, and he's really, really good at his job. It's a very comforting feeling after some chaos the last few weeks.
You've talked about how the guys have handled that chaos in a professional manner and how that's impressed you. Do you feel like that's a good sign of where the leadership will be when the season rolls around?
100%. I think you go hats off to Henry Ford, and Blanco's been done a great job with that. I mean, I think our transfers have really integrated into the program well, but Reese Chapman, Levi Clark, just doing things the right way. And you know, the whole thing is control what you can control. We really stay away from the cliches, but there's sometimes you have to really just kind of hunker down and be with the guys in the building and what is your next task and how do we execute. So, you know, I know our players will joke about it at times, but we really had a chance to be tested and live that out over the next few weeks, and I'm just proud of how they finished the fall at a high level, and now we got a couple weeks where we can work on some more individualized things before we get into the holidays.
How Stone a different player right now than he was leaving last season?
Yeah, I mean, he's always been capable. I think he's got a chance to be one of the better catchers in the SEC. He's throwing better than he has. I mean, he had surgery in high school where the arm took a little bit longer to bounce back. It comes from a tremendous family, like makeup, one of the best kids I've ever been around. But leadership, he's caught in super regionals, he's caught in SEC games. I think, again, just what he brings off the field is in a crazy way more valuable than what he does on the field. But I think this year is the way he receives and the way he throws the baseball and just takes care of the pitching staff. That's a comforting thing for everybody, not only the pitchers, but Frank and the rest of us as well. And there's some good competition back there, but again, definitely excited about Stone and those guys.
You mentioned the chaos. What have the last few weeks been like for you?
Well, chaos is one. It's just been, if I had to put one word stamp, now it's just grateful. Like, again, like I love this place. I'm thankful to be here. We have real rooted relationships with the players in the building and their families. So, again, just another day up here is something that we don't take for granted, but also a continued sense of urgency. Like, this is still the SEC. Like, once those lights come back on, when we get this stadium done and the electricity locked back in, it's the SEC, so it's time to compete. So making sure we have that, but also checking the boxes along the way to make sure we're ready for the challenges ahead.
Coming back to those coaching changes, it seemed like there was a oh shoot around the country of like, okay, Tennessee's by no means taking a step back this year. How do you just continue to show that, okay, yeah, this program is taking no steps back with Tony being gone?
Yeah, no, I mean, again, like what Tony did, I mean, it's amazing. I think that's non-debatable. I'm not standing here if, I never had any crossover with Tony V, so always grateful for him. But this program will always be about the players and the players within it, and them being able to play their way play aggressive and have some freedom to kind of go about their day and all that. So, again, I think as long as we take care of the guys in the building, make sure they have some sort of consistency moving forward, it'll always be about the players around here.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.